So we are in Magento office in LA, and we were lucky to be invited by Sherrie to come by. For those people that maybe don't know you, what would be your elevator pitch if you had one?
Well, in the Magento world, I predominantly work with Magento Masters, which are our top contributors, Magento meetup organizers around the world, and the Magento forums. So those are the main three things that I focus on. But there's a million other things that don't fall into a pretty bucket of any sort. People are betting on how big and how long Aaron's baby is going to be. Before that, they were making bets on whose orange tabby cat was fatter, Jeff's or Trink's.
Can you tell us what would set this Imagine apart from the ones before?
Well, our general session is an entirely new setup, which is going to be really cool. It's actually taking place in the theater this year, which is going to create a really unique environment, and at the same time that allows us to have a larger space for the sponsor marketplace and include some other activities in there that I think people are really going to enjoy that we don't normally have.
You're striking back for pretend.
Well, this was actually practice for a surprise at Imagine, so you'll see what it's actually for when we get there. You'll know when you see it. That's all I can tell you.
So what would be your tips for first-timers at Imagine?
Well, first of all, surprise, this year we're going to have a button that says it's your first Imagine. So if it's your first Imagine, feel free to grab one of those and put it on your lanyard, because that will help people know to reach out and say hi and help you find your way around and things like that. The other thing is note that the conference rooms are alphabetical. I didn't actually know this our first year at the WIN, and I found out at the end of the conference. So I'm pretty sure I could have walked like 3 fewer miles per day if I knew that.
Okay. You should wear comfy shoes anyway,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your baby, the Magento Masters program.
Yeah.
And so it was launched in 2016,
yes.
I guess. Yeah. So has there been some evolution of the program? Is it a bit different now from what it was before?
Ultimately it's the same. What's really changed is that we've been able to really evangelize the program both externally and internally, and because of that it's allowed us to offer more opportunities to the masters, as well as things like, for example, this year we're doing, I think this was actually Josh Warren's suggestion after the first year, but we're hosting a Meet the Masters during lunch on Tuesday, I believe it is, and so there will be a period of time where the masters will all be together at one spot in the marketplace, and people can come and get to know them, ask them questions, find out what they can do to get involved in the community.
Nice. Do you have plans for like what's coming up? What's on your mind? Do you have idea of a new baby, maybe some kind of a new big thing to roll out?
Not a brand new thing, no, but I'm working on a lot of improvements for the forums as well as for meetups to kind of put a little bit better structure in there so that we can better support people using either of those two platforms.
So if you were asked to describe Magento Community in just 3 words, what would that be?
Probably friendly, innovative, and international.
Okay.
But now I kind of feel obligated to make it 3 I's, so I'll have to think about that one. Inclusive, innovative, and international. How's that?
Okay, that's great. That's great. Great job.
They weren't even M's.
Could you pick one event or project in the past 12 months that influenced the Magento community the most? Event or
that influenced the Magento community the most? Well, I think one of the projects that we launched that was really cool this past year, well, there's 2, because I guess the community engineering program just started in the last year.
Yeah.
I forget how new it is. Not that it exists, just how new it is. It feels like we've had it for ages, and so that's been huge. Because now, if there's a problem in the core that you don't like, you can just go and fix it.
Yeah, and there's
instead of being like, why aren't you fixing it? You can just go fix it.
Right. And it's not just about fixing, right? There is a whole
right. There's all kinds of
project,
special
MSI.
projects that they're doing. MSI, PHP 7.2, the import-export project. I think there's even more that I'm not even thinking of. The other thing I would say is the innovation labs for the community.
Right.
Just encouraging innovation projects and then spotlighting them. So you'll see a lot more on the innovation labs at Imagine as well. There's a track related to them, showing off the innovations, as well as there's going to be an area in the marketplace featuring the innovations.
And what's the destiny of this program? I think it's a lot of people in the community, they are not too aware of this. So Magento gathered some submissions for innovations, then there were finalists, and what happens next? What happens to those projects?
So it just depends on the project. Some of them could be incorporated, for example, the instant purchase from Creativity, I think is in the Innovation Lab, and it's already in the core. Some will continue on as independent projects. It really depends on a project-to-project basis. But the enrollment period will be sort of like ongoing, so not ongoing but revolving. So like right now, the window for submissions is actually open for the next batch already, and that will be open, I believe, past Imagine even, so that when people find out about it at Imagine. So we knew that the submission window was really short for the first one, but we wanted to get it started and then iterate on that.
So Magento's mission is to bring those projects public, just promote them, or
absolutely, yeah, really show off what you can do with Magento and innovation for the customer experience. Kind of like, things like the mirror that was around for Rebecca Minkoff, and I think Snowdog is doing things with the mirror as well as the Mage button too. So bringing projects like that to light, because I think they don't get enough exposure in the community what people are doing.
Okay, sounds good. So you know how brands describe their portrait of the client? So they picture their client. How would you picture the community member, the ideal community member?
The persona?
Yeah.
I think there's really not one ideal community member. There's so many different ways to be involved with the community. I honestly, I look kind of to the Masters as those like 20 personas. It's a mixture of developers, of non-developers. Some people are contributing through events, some are contributing through code. There's so many different ways, and so I think that gives us a really good picture of different personalities within the community that people can aspire to be and really and contribute.
Nice. So I think the final question would be, what's your favorite place in the Magento office?
My favorite place in the Magento office? That would require me coming in more, probably. The swag closet, does that count?
The swag closet?
The swag closet.
Can you show us the swag closet?
I did. You didn't notice?
No.
I said there's the swag closet.
We should go check it out again.
It's pretty empty right now though, because yesterday they shipped all of it to Vegas.
Okay.
So it's not too exciting.
That's why I didn't notice it, probably. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sherrie, for taking time to speak with us and for the invitation. So let's hope that the Imagine will be the greatest.
Yeah.